right, everybody. So here we are. It is April 26, 2022. And I'm making this video now that I'm back, obviously, from my trip that I told you I was going to take a long time ago. What was it? I think 180 days ago, I was so anxious to get on this trip to go to Maldives. And I'm back. I got the travel bug out. Some people have told me I look darker because of that sun, that 100-degree weather every day. And right now, it seems that I came back just in time to watch a market just collapse, like an absolute market collapse. So I feel like I want to just take a really quick look through the stocks and the crypto market, because I think the crypto market, first of all, I've had bad feelings about this for a while, but on top of that, it's like the stock market. I believe it was a tech stock rally, but a lot of other stocks just took a major shit. So basically, Dow is down to 33,240. The stocks market in general, the Dow dropped more than 800 points. So they basically, I think when it closed, it was at 809 points down. And as far as an excuse or a reason why this happened, they're saying U.S. stocks fell, extending their April losses as investors digested earnings reports from leading companies and weighed concerns about inflation and the spread of COVID-19 in China. So, long story short, aside from the Russia-Ukraine war, which has been used by the Biden administration as an excuse as to why inflation and prices are up, as if we're so stupid that we don't remember that gas prices have been up before the Ukraine-Russian war, or as if we're so stupid that we don't realize that inflation was up before Russia decided to invade Ukraine. They're basically trying to use this as an excuse, but I think they believe we don't have memories, and I think they also believe that there aren't enough people on YouTube who are quick to point back to what things were like up until just a couple of months ago and remind you that, number one, gas prices were high, inflation was already in effect, housing prices were rising, interest rates at that point were still low, forcing the Federal Reserve to promise to raise interest rates and then being forced to do it. And another thing I got to say, I don't have to name names because you know who you are. I don't bother arguing about my politics simply because I understand the way things work. The presidency itself does not control interest rates. The Federal Reserve controls interest rates. By leaving the Federal Reserve interest rates very low after September 11th, Alan Greenspan basically set us up for the inflation that we're facing right now. If you really take an honest look at the U.S. economy, you'll really see that the U.S. economy has really been in recession since 2001. Now, I know most people would automatically disagree with that, and they would also disagree with me saying that America has been in a state of stagflation for years now. Maybe even through the Trump presidency, we were in a state of stagflation. Now, the reason why somebody would immediately say, oh, that's not true, is because what they'd want to do is they'd want to point to the GDP of the country. And they want to say, oh, yeah, well, if GDP didn't decrease, then we couldn't be in recession. We couldn't be in stagflation. What if the government was lying about the GDP? Or what if they were using measurements that themselves were flawed to talk about the economy? As far as I'm concerned, the real way you should be talking about the economy as to whether it's going up or going down or getting better or getting worse is you know what you should be looking at? You should be looking at the average American, not the stock market. What's employment look like? Now, I'm not talking about this bullshit where we have under the Trump administration or even under the Obama administration, and definitely not under the Biden administration, where you have a lot of people working multiple jobs in order to make ends meet. No, I'm talking about when I was younger, and I remember unemployment was a solid 5% under Bill Clinton, where if you went out and looked for a job, chances are you were going to find a job right away. Not only would you find a job, but you'd find a job decent that probably had health care and probably paid you just enough to have a living wage where you'd actually be able to afford rent and you'd be able to afford to eat. If you have to work 3 or 4 jobs just to be able to afford where you live and to afford to eat, or if you're living in a state where the cost of living is going up so fucking high that you can't afford to stay there anymore, as far as I'm concerned, that's a fucking recession. Fuck the government numbers. I don't care what they say. They're liars. Period. They're liars. So most people would probably try to disagree with me and say, oh, we're not in a recession. We're not in stagflation. I would say that Alan Greenspan set us up for what we got in 2008. And when you had Bernanke in that Federal Reserve, you had Hank Paulson, and they had to ask for those bailouts, which these fucking lying Republican pieces of shit on Fox News try to push off on Obama, since Obama's term did not start until after the first fucking bailout, since they're all fucking liars. I would have to say that Greenspan started it. Bernanke did his bailouts in order to basically try to keep us, like sheep with covers over our eyes so that we wouldn't try to run out and get our money out of the banks, because they didn't want runs on the banks. That's what the bailouts were really about. They were about tricking the average American into believing that the banks were solvent by making some of the banks consume other banks, or allowing certain banks to be consumed by other banks. So they didn't want us to know which banks were weak, and they didn't want us to know which banks were strong, because they knew that people would make runs on their bank and take their money and put it in a stronger bank. Or if they thought that they had a weak bank, that they would pull their money out. I knew that these people were pulling some shit, but they kept the game moving fast enough where there was really nothing you could do about it anyway, right? Now, the bottom line is this country is in recession. COVID-19 accelerated that recession that we were already in, because even under Obama, people were complaining the same old bullshit. Oh, I can't get a job. This job doesn't pay them. A lot of people were saying that shit even during the Bush administration, because if you really think about it, the Bush administration ended in 2008. The market collapsed September 15, 2008. The subprime housing market, and that dragged a lot of people down and cost a lot of people their wealth, and it put a lot of people in debt. So the thing about it is, I don't blame the presidency for this. And I was arguing on somebody's podcast about the Federal Reserve, because some of these motherfuckers are so quick to try to blame a president. They simply, first of all, some of you stupid motherfuckers don't know basic civics. The president does not have the power of the purse. The Congress makes those decisions. If you want to blame the welfare state on somebody, blame it on Congress. The president can say whatever he wants to say. If Congress doesn't pass these welfare laws and these welfare bills, it doesn't get passed. Your fucking Congress is the one doing it. But you're all so busy because you're so stupid that you want to blame the individual presidents. Well, then you keep on thinking that shit, because nothing you say really matters anyway. But I just want you to understand that if you don't understand basic civics, you don't even deserve to vote, as far as I'm concerned. It's funny. I know so many Democrats that constantly talk, oh yeah, the Republicans are trying to make it so you can't vote. The Republicans are trying to take away your right to vote. Well, here's my stance on it. Some of you are too fucking stupid to be voting. That's the way I feel about it. Some of you don't know enough civics to be able to vote. Your Federal Reserve is unelected and unaccountable. They set your interest rates. They set your interest rates very low. Because your interest rates were so low, well, guess what that caused? That caused the inflation that you're feeling now. So through my life, I'll say for like the last 15 years, I've focused personally on eliminating my personal debts, making multiple streams of income, avoiding paying interest on whatever I buy, and on top of that, maximizing my year-over-year financial returns. You can believe what you want about me, but when I make a video about going to Maldives and paying Emirates fucking $7,000 to fly business class, drinking their wine and their champagne, or on the next vacation I go to maybe Bora Bora or Palau in French Polynesia, where I do the exact same shit. Well, you can say what you want about me. I really don't care. But the bottom line is, I'm making that money and I'm doing it my way. So when I get there, when I'm making that next video, don't ask me how I got there. All I can say is that I didn't see this far myself. I stood on the shoulder of giants. People who were good news journalists, good financial experts who actually told the truth, who I learned from, and who I learned to, make money from. Now, I guess I've talked enough because I've railed for about like 11 minutes. Cryptocurrency, as you can see, is a fucking joke. I mean, there's no better way to say it than that. It's a fucking joke. These, and I'll never stop saying this, they've been telling you for years Bitcoin was supposed to be like $1 million by now. A more conservative value was supposed to be 100,000 by now. I don't even really feel like attacking this bullshit because I already knew it was bullshit back in 2018. Once the government look at even Ripple. Look at this shit. You hear these fucking fake crypto gurus. Oh yeah, as soon as XRP wins their lawsuit, oh man, XRP, you're not even gonna be able to afford it. Man, yeah, okay. So tell me about the other 20,000 cryptos. Tell me about Cardano. I mean, oh yeah, I'm doing good in Cardano. I'm going to the moon in Cardano. Cardano $3. Fucking shit is 84 cents now. How about your Cardano now, huh? It's just sad. It really is just sad. I have sat back for the last 4 years and I've watched so much malinvestment. It's just pathetic. And then you know what everybody's talking about now, since the news likes to put up as many distractions as they can. They're talking about the fact that Elon Musk bought Twitter. First of all, Twitter by popularity. And now this is malinvestment. This is all based on malinvestment. Twitter's like 15th in the world in popularity. And it doesn't even make that much money. This is what their stock looks like. I remember when Facebook started its stock and most of the financial experts were like, oh, well, Facebook is really not worth it. I mean, they don't make profit. Most of the people on Facebook are there for free. And the only way they were able to really make money was by basically doing what YouTube does and by focusing on advertisements. They also obviously run ads on Facebook that you have to personally pay for in order to hype yourself up. But for the most part, Facebook then delved into Meta, VR, Oculus Quest 2, and they tried to basically build this metaverse, which is basically an NFT fucking scam. Oh, and in fact, that reminds me to bring up this story about you dumbasses who are letting yourselves get tricked into this fucking NFT bullshit. Bored Ape Yacht Club hack sees millions of dollars worth of NFT stolen. Let me just clarify my point like this. If you take your money and you put your money in NFTs, when you get either hacked or whenever who you've dealt with gets hacked and you lose all of your money, I am just going to say, I'm going to type online, nothing of value was lost. Not these NFT, not this bullshit, not your money. And while I'm on a beach in Bora Bora, sipping buko juice with some young girl serving it to me, I'm going to be laughing at you because you didn't invest in logical, time-proven stock and companies. So when you lose your money, I don't even have to attack you because I'm going to be in Bora Bora. When you lose your money, I'm going to be in Bora Bora sitting on a nice warm beach. It's going to be like 100-degree water. And I'm going to be sitting in that beach drinking buko juice. There's going to be some French Polynesian girl with half her clothes on serving me coconut juice. And I'm going to be laughing at you because you were stupid enough to fall for this stupid shit. Because I tried to say it nice. I tried, but you didn't listen. So that's okay. That's okay. Not going to say anything. No problem. No problem. Okay, Twitter's a joke. Elon Musk is a welfare baby, a corporate welfare baby that the government financed. That's why he's wasting his money on this bullshit. Ask yourself this question. Why didn't Elon Musk build his own social media? If if he really was so desperate to give us free speech, why didn't he just build Tesla Talks or Starlink Talks or some shit? Why didn't he build his own social media? Ask yourself that question. That's the real question. This is a distraction, and it's a shitty one at that. Facebook, they lost a lot of money. Facebook's lost, I think it was like over $300 billion or something like that over the last like year. I can't remember the exact number because it keeps changing, obviously, because it's the stock market. But they're down to $180. This metaverse bullshit is not going to pull them out of the rut. Thanks to Apple setting the privacy settings and making it so the stupid ads and their bullshit can't follow you and target your phone and everything, Facebook's lost a lot of money. Or because I mean that's what Zuckerberg said. He said, "Yeah, Apple's got privacy settings so high it makes it so that we can't properly target our ads." Good for you. I hate Facebook. I'm tired of Zuckerberg. Him and his bullshit Facebook jail. Every single time I come on, I get a 30-day fucking suspension. Good for you, Zuckerberg. Let me tell you something. If it gets so bad for you that you end up homeless like one of them people in California, if it gets that bad, you end up in Tent City. Oh, you know I'm gonna be talking about you while I'm on that beach in Bora Bora. I'm gonna be talking about you. Now, granted, you've got enough money where it probably won't get that bad. But then again, nowadays you never know. I mean, look at that guy Norton Antivirus. He died in fucking jail. I mean, anything can happen. Zuckerberg ain't the richest man out there, and he damn sure ain't the richest now. But who knows? You know, that's just what it is. And as far as I know, he stole the idea from Facebook, according to that social media movie. So whatever. I don't even really care. Thing about it is, for putting me in Facebook jail multiple times, you're gonna lose it all. Whether it's today or tomorrow, you're gonna lose it all. All of it. All of it. So that's just them. So here we go. Now I have to try to talk you off the ledge. Everything's down. Everything's down. I don't know if it's just to blame Russia and Ukraine or if it's to blame corporate earnings in general. But I'm not worried about everything being down. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it right now. I'm not down that much. I've got my Charles Schwab, my TD Ameritrade portfolio. I'm down a little over $1,500 across both portfolios. I'm not doing bad because I was able to buy in low enough where I'm doing pretty good. As far as my personal index, Mangoat, which is Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Google, oil stocks, Amazon, and Tesla. Yeah, Tesla took a big shit today. I mean, it dropped. It just dropped. Now, some people were saying, hey, should I buy Tesla? Personally, because I can't trust Elon Musk anymore, it's really hard for me to say buy it. But you don't have to listen to me. It's like if you want to gamble your money on this crazy bastard fucking buying up social media networks, so he's buying fucking free speech, which is something that we're supposed to have according to the Constitution, but because it's, you know, a private company and it's multinational, that's not really true. You go ahead and bet on him. I can't tell you what to do with your money because half of you are going to just go buy fucking NFTs and then lose it later. So, you know, I'm not even going to worry about that. What I will say, y'all already know, come this summer, oil stock and oil prices are still going to be up. Russia, now, the sad thing is, I got to argue with people who think that some of these people out here watch MSNBC, CNN, and Fox, and these idiots actually think that Russia's losing the war. Understand something. Russia's not losing at all. Russia's slowly rolling those people over. Proof of that is the fact that most of them are at the Mexican border or in Poland or trying to get into other countries because they know they're never going home. Now, if the Biden administration had simply written a letter to Putin before this war started and said, hey, guess what? We're never going to let Ukraine into NATO. We're not going to put any more weapons in there, and we'll take some of these weapons in NATO that are pointed at Russia out. I guarantee you this war would have never happened. But now you're starting to hear the truth. You're starting to hear that Zelensky wants to stop this war, but America won't let him. And now you're also hearing, they're saying the Azov Brigade is planning to assassinate Zelensky if he tries to stop the war. So things are so fucked up over there until I believe at this point that this country wants this war to continue, because as long as the war is being fought, they can distract us from the fact that this government's a bunch of fuck-ups. You know, if they put me in charge of this government, I'd run this motherfucker like a German clock. But you know what? I can dream. I can dream. So anyway, Google is down. Google's down. Amazon's down. Apple is down. Yeah, everybody's down. It doesn't even matter what you look at. Everything's down. This was completely unforeseeable. But you gotta have dime in the hands. Now, see, this is not that crypto shit. This is not that bullshit NFTs. It's not crypto. No, no, no. These are real companies that make real profit, that make real products. Google make phones and VR and all that. You hear this fucking Mr. Softy? You hear this bullshit? Mr. Softy's coming down my block. You hear this shit? Fucking Mr. Softy. This guy. If it's not somebody in a 4-cylinder BMW racing down the street, it's Mr. Softy. It's incredible. All right, so anyway. Yes, my dividend earners, I'm not selling. I'm going to hold on to them. I'm going to keep getting these dividends. I'm going to keep taking those dividends month by month, tucking them away, and I'm going to be in Bora Bora while the rest of you are looking for your NFTs that somebody just stole. This is how I play the game. So, you know, people like Stephen Graham, they tell you, oh yeah, well, all you got to do is dollar cost average, which basically means that even when the market's down, just keep buying. Well, there's a lot of truth to that if you're buying shares in a worthwhile company. If you're buying shares in a company that's paying you a dividend, chances are that's worth the investment. Of course, you have to look out for yourself. You can't put all your money into the stock market. You should only be putting, you should have a plan. And this is the thing I always come back to. I have friends, one specifically that I'm thinking of, and she asked me, see, the problem is when she sees the way I live, when she sees I got nice cars, when she sees that I can be 8,000 miles away in Maldives, flying on Emirates that got showers on the plane, sipping champagne 24/7 for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When people see stuff like that, they're like, well, how can I do that? And they're like, oh, well, if I put some money in this stock, can I make that kind of? And I'm like, listen. That's not how this shit works. You have to have a plan for your money. Because I don't put all my money in the stock market. Shit, I'm putting money towards retirement. I retire in, 10 years? I'm not putting all my money in the stock market. I put just a decent amount of it in every single month in order to make sure I keep building my stocks, in order to make sure I keep building my dividend returns. You have to have a plan for your money, because this government sure as fuck doesn't have a plan for your money. The only thing this government plans on doing is taxing the shit out of you. What do they tax you for? So that they can pay for their bullshit welfare programs. So that they can pay for gender studies in Pakistan. So that they can pay for more welfare checks. So that they can pay. That's what their plan for your money is. So I had to make my own plan for my own money, because they're not looking out for me. They'll bankrupt you, and you'll be on that breadline too. So you need a plan for your money for the next 10 to 20 years, especially if you're young. You need a plan. And it don't include this government. It really don't. Even if you have to go into foreign stocks, foreign exchange, Forex, you might have to do that, because they ain't helping you here. The only thing they're going to do is tax. They're figuring out new ways to tax the shit out of you. That's what they're doing. That's their plan for your money. But I have plans for my money that doesn't include abortofacients and abortions and gender studies. I'm not helping any fucking program. I don't give a fuck about any programs. I'll just say it just like that. I don't want to fund the F-35. I don't want to fund any fucking Lockheed Martin. I don't want to give them a dime. Except, if I'm buying their stock and getting a dividend from it. So, no. I have plans for my money that don't include your welfare programs. I want to spend my money on Brembo brakes and pads and rotors. I want to spend my money sipping buko juice in Bora Bora and Maldives and Seychelles off of some young girl's stomach. That's what I plan to do with my money. Not to fund your tents in California and your welfare shit in New York. I don't intend to do that. I don't intend to retire penniless because you taxed the shit out of me. No. I intend to retire in another country where I can spend like, what, $2,500 a month and live like a goddamn king because everybody else is poor. So whether that's the Philippines or Thailand or what is it, Vietnam, where you can live on $15 a day and have a condo, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not spending money on your tents or your gender studies in Afghanistan. I'm not spending money on that. Y'all keep wasting. Y'all keep going deeper in debt. I feel like, you know who I feel like? I feel like Michael Douglas when he was giving that speech and he's screaming at that board of directors in the movie Wall Street. I am not giving you a dime more than I have to. And the only reason why you're getting that is so I stay out of the federal booty house. Because the IRS and the fucking, what are they? The SEC, they ain't got nothing on me at all. I filed my taxes, paid my taxes. That's it. Y'all ain't getting a dime more. Oh, you know how they send you that thing? Oh, would you like to donate to this gender studies program? No! Oh, well, would you like to donate to these, would you like to donate to this this program that we have, this program to help welfare? No! 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 So, you know, that's basically it. You know, it's funny. Some people keep on saying, hey, wait a minute. Weren't you on vacation? Aren't you relaxed? This is me relaxed. So don't think I'm like upset or anything. This is how I am relaxed. You should see me when I'm drunk. Because when I'm drunk, I actually get very calm. When I'm drunk, I get quiet, I get calm. But this is actually me relaxed, believe it or not. Yeah, it's true. This is me relaxed. Because when I'm not relaxed, things get ugly. But I don't know what half of y'all are gonna do. I really don't know. Y'all need to invest in some worthwhile companies so that you can get some returns on your money. Some people thinking about going into the gold market. Let me tell you something. Gold is not the answer. Gold had its major rallies and its major rises a long time ago, but gold really doesn't do much except to some extent hold the value of the money that was put in a long time ago. But I really, as far as the gold market goes, I mean, that's not really as good as stocks in major dividend paying companies that are like the top like 50 companies. Those are just better. I mean, especially with the oil companies, we already understand what's happening with energy. And let me tell you something. These stupid fucking liberals who think that they can just cancel out Russia, let me tell you something. Russia's going to be laughing their asses off when Europe is freezing come this winter. So y'all don't look that far. So you think these idiots on MSNBC and CNN, these fake ass actors, they think this shit is cute and funny. And oh yeah, well, we're gonna get these Russian oligarchs, take all their money, unconstitutionally, by the way. But let me tell you something. Russia's gonna be laughing at these motherfuckers in Europe when there's freezing this winter. And let me just say that this is a prediction. First of all, I've already made a video about the fact that America had to reach out to Venezuela because they cut off Russian oil. So America started to have to reach out to Venezuela. Now, you know me. I've been talking about Venezuela for years. Everybody was ignoring that shit. All of a sudden, now Venezuela is news because America cut off Russia, so now we need somebody else to get oil from. It's not enough to just get it from the Saudis. What's going to end up happening is Europe may end up having to rely on America increasing oil production in order to help them get through this year. Because as you heard, Russia said, we're not giving you shit unless you're paying us in rubles. Because Vladimir Putin must be some kind of, he must be a troll. So he said, yeah, oh, you want to devalue my currency? Well, guess what? You're going to pay me in my currency. Other than that, you're going to freeze your ass off. He's talking to Finland. He's talking to Poland. He's talking to all them lands over there, Switzerland, Denmark, all those places. They're going to freeze their asses off. All of a sudden, this shit, that might even cause political upheaval up there. They might be like, oh my God, wait a minute. We should have never started a war with these people. Why the fuck are we in an economic war with a country that's supplying our natural gas, coal, and oil? Stupid. Stupid. But that's the Biden administration for you. You know, if I was president, I would have pretty much done the same thing Trump done. I would have done everything I could have done to avoid a war over there. Because we already know that when Europe has a war, that shit spirals out of control every single time. World War I, World War II, I mean, the list goes on and on. The Serbs versus Bosnian Serbs, I mean, under Clinton, I mean, it just keeps going. So my thing is, I would have done everything in my power to keep this shit from happening. What they did was the exact opposite. They said, yeah, let it happen. Brilliant. Brilliant. Idiots. So now that they can use it to cast blame on their pathetic failed policies. But again, I'm going to say this again. It's not just the Biden presidency you should be blaming. It's the Federal Reserve. It's the Federal Reserve going all the way back to Alan Greenspan and Bernanke and this guy Powell. You should be blaming them. They're the ones who printed the money. Those are the people you blame. But the bottom line is, blaming these people ain't going to make you no money. See, I can blame you up until a certain point. After that, I have to say, you know what, I got to make some money. So my thing is, I'm still going to do exactly what I'm doing. This is a buying opportunity. If you hadn't already bought in, I know some of y'all didn't even do your taxes yet. Some of y'all are still doing them. If you haven't bought into Google and Amazon, all you got to do is buy one share. And this July, it's going to split and it's going to start to run up. It may take you a year or two to make real gains off your money. But the bottom line is, these companies have proven track records. Proven. And as far as Google, I personally think if you only can buy one, buy Google. I have 5 shares Google in one of my portfolios, Charles Schwab. I've got 5 shares Amazon. I'm buying more shares if I can in, in TD Ameritrade. But the reality is, all you got to do is just buy one and you get 20 when the split happens. Tesla said they're going to have a split in 2 years, but Tesla's so full of shit with that Elon Musk, man. You have no idea what's going to happen with them. Maybe it'll split, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll split on time, maybe it won't. Elon Musk, that guy is like fucking DeLorean. He's like a crackhead, and he doesn't do crack as far as I know, but the guy acts like it. I mean, that guy, I don't even know what to say anymore. See, I actually believed and invested in Tesla back in 2012, and I didn't give a fuck who Elon Musk was. All I was concerned with was the car and the electric car and how it drove and how I felt that it was going to be in the future. Turned out I was absolutely right. What I was wrong about was the fact that Elon Musk is a fucking nuisance on social media. And every time he said, he's up there talking up Dogecoin, talking up these cryptocurrencies, talking about fucking Mars and shit. We're not going to fucking Mars. Do you understand what it means to go to Mars? It means that if you go there, chances are you ain't going to be able to come back. And even if you could, it takes so long that your bones will degrade. And the stress of coming back to Earth will kill you. Because you got to remember, Mars has less gravity. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. It's so, I can't believe things have gotten so ridiculous that this is actually a conversation now. That's where we are. But, that's just that, man. So I've gone for 33 minutes. So all I can say is I'm back. I'm dealing with the stress of traffic again. And from this day forward, all I'm doing right now is thinking about retirement and planning my trip to Bora Bora. I don't know exactly how long the conflict is going to last and when prices are going to go down and when fuel prices are going to... I don't know how long this shit's going to go. But one way or another, I'm going to be there. The question is, where are you going to be? Are you going to be in Bora Bora with me? Or are you going to be on the Bored Ape Yacht Club losing all of your money to NFT scams? Where are you going to be? I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in Bora Bora sucking coconut juice out of some young woman's navel. Where are you going to be? You going to be this ape right here with the big eyes? Is that what you're going to do? Is that you? What are you going to be doing? You going to be this one right here? Because you're bored? You got the American helmet? Are you going to be this one who's high? Is this what you want for yourself? Is this what you want? No problem. If that's what you want, you have every right to have it. But while you're looking for your money that got stolen in a crypto scam, while you're wondering why we haven't hit 100,000, let me make this, mark my words right now. Before Bitcoin hits 100,000, I'm gonna be in Bora Bora. Mark my words. Mark my words. I'm gonna be in, before Bitcoin hits 100,000. I'm gonna be in Bora Bora. So the only question I have to ask one more time is, where are you gonna be?